Feels though that gave you like a good 6 seconds to get back to your chair.
I made it.
Nailed it.
Oh, since we've been live for 4 minutes, I don't believe that.
That's
I hope not.
I said a lot of stuff during the break. Whoa. I'd like to apologize to several communities.
Feel as though your background is one of, please send $25,000 and we will release you. Type.
It's very clickbait.
Apostrophe.
There's no drywall down here.
So it's all wet wall.
It's all
Yeah, you don't normally see like 2x4s just tapped to the wall and with some plywood.
Whatever gets the job done, really.
It's like a wood foundation type deal.
Did we hit 10K downloads at any point there, Cory? Or are we still shy?
If this goes
Yeah,
well,
we will after this.
We will.
Yeah, it should.
This is going to get the 24.
Yeah.
24
It's the holiday season. People are generous. As I told you, well, I told Vishal we have somebody who saw our show, listened, said this isn't for me, but threw a pity subscribe.
Yes.
So
Classic.
Nice. Who was that? Shout out to that person.
it was Cheryl from the box office.
Oh. Cheryl didn't like Cheryl.
Wait, Cheryl doesn't like us?
What?
You know, she did work with us, so
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
like all this is like
If you call what we did work.
Do we have a hard time connecting to our viewership?
real life balloons. Endless.
I was telling the story of how you guys put my phone in the ceiling there the other day.
That was a good one.
There was that one, and I also like the print screening of your
Yeah, I was thinking of that one too.
desktop with the hidden keyboard or taskbar.
That was easily the best one, though. The 70 times we did it. Each time better than the last.
Because it was just like the earnest, like scroll, click, start. What is going on?
What? Double clicking up. Just
It's just crazy.
But my MS Messenger message
But
is
there's a
showing a
message.
notification.
So young, so naive.
How far we've come.
yeah. Oh, how the turntables.
Now Apple and Android does it to us with the badge icons not disappearing when you've already read all your messages.
Yeah, like, just go away. No, there isn't a message here anymore.
I gotta
So,
I
yeah,
think
Ryan,
I'm
you-
up on the iPhone train after this phone. Kind of sick of Samsung, Android.
Yeah,
Wait,
boo
I think-
Samsung. Go Pixel if you're going to go with Android. There's no reason not to do anything else.
Yeah, this will be my last whatever Galaxy.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way to go for anybody. Like if like you want to get a computer, get with the ones that make the software, not the ones that are licensing the software and making a computer.
Yeah.
So like phone, if you're gonna get a phone, go an iPhone or Google because they're the ones
They're
that
running
are
the whole
making-
show
Yeah.
from top to bottom.
Cut out the middleman
Yeah.
and pay more. Well, I guess the phones it doesn't matter
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you were on. I think you were iPhone before we were iPhone.
I had an iPhone 4. That was like my first iPhone.
Like I only got an iPhone because my work gave me one. I was on
Yeah, iPhone 4.
what do you call it?
And
BlackBerry.
S4, I think.
BlackBerry, and then we were on the HTC train for a while.
HTC.
The One X.
Yeah.
I had an LG flip phone. It's the best.
Kyocera.
So, funny thing, remember that whole Samsung Note 7 exploding situation that happened all those years ago? And
Yeah.
then they like canceled it. So I pre-ordered that phone and then they recalled it, right? So they were like, they sent everyone boxes and they were like, please put it in here and return it to us, blah blah blah. I never did that, and they still returned my money. So I've had the Note 7 kind of just hanging around, and it has been kind of just lingering on my computer desk for just years and years, and it's been fine. Nothing, they did a lot of stuff with the software, so you couldn't charge it past like 15%. They shut off all functions of like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and just everything. So like you literally couldn't, if you had one, you still couldn't use it for anything. But I was like, that's okay. Like, it's not doing anything. I haven't plugged this thing in for 4 years, maybe. And so I just picked it up today because I was moving something out of the way. And
Caught on fire.
Battery has expanded so much that it is like knocked the back panel off a little bit.
Beautiful.
And this is what was kind of exploding on everyone. And I was like, oh, that's strange considering it hasn't been plugged in forever. Yeah. Like the battery literally has had no charge going through it for 3 or 4 years. So I'm kind of glad I found it like this instead of all exploded.
All explodey like?
It's the quarantine 15.
Yeah. Fuck. I want to just like peel the whole thing off, but I also don't.
You want to kind of see how far that baby expands.
Yeah, well, now I'm going to actually keep an eye on it instead of not keeping an eye on it.
It's like a hamster you check on every
There's a really good chance this track could bend.
You might get so big it becomes sentient and tries to take you out.
Jeez.
There was something in the news about like they made like the first robots like capable of reproducing or something like that.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I was like,
We learned nothing apparently.
Are you just hyping up the new Matrix movie? Because it sounds like you're just hyping up the new Matrix movie.
This is literally how Skynet started.
Yeah, well, wasn't there a company that made an AI that they discovered was talking, like two machines were talking to each other, and a code, like a language that they weren't programmed to speak, so they shut them down.
I mean, that's smart.
Yeah, shutting him down. Good on you.
Or did they?
Nope. No robot overtaking for you two.
I, for one, welcome our overloads.
Oh, don't blame me. I voted for Kudos.
Go ahead.
He died, eh? Bob Dole died. 98, 99?
Bob Dole.
That's right. Right. Pour some of your great value out for Bob Dole.
Yeah, it's Kirkland.
Oh, sorry. He's above the Walmart brands. He's straight Costco.
Yeah, my parents only go to Costco.
Really? That's the one-stop shop for...
I think that's where they get all their water. Most of their stuff. Most of their stuff around here is Kirkland. Kirkland printer, Kirkland water. think these wet balls are Kirkland.
Their new son, Kirkland.
Yeah, their new son, Kirkland brand.
So Ryan, you and I were talking as Vishal was getting his computer back up and running. Is the debate over what constitutes
a Christmas movie.
Because I said that I watched Gremlins the other day, and
absolutely a Christmas movie.
A comment in there about how this person has friends that disagree that it's not a Christmas movie. So, what is it? Does it have to factor into the plot? Does it have to be a setting, or does it have to be when it's released? And because like Gremlins and Die Hard were both released in the summer.
Yeah, but they took place at Christmas.
Yes,
I think that's the main factor.
But you have a movie that takes place at Christmas, but does not factor into the story of what goes on. Like, let's say Ghostbusters 2 is set between Christmas and New Year's. They talk about Christmas. There's Christmas trees. There's a scene where they're running around in Christmas hats.
Christmas movie. Absolutely. It's saying like a movie's not a beach movie, but it takes place at the beach. But the beach isn't in the main plot. How does that make sense?
Jaws.
Like Jaws. Like, no one's talking about the beach. Like, it's not the main thing. It just happens to take place on a beach. Is it a beach movie?
Yeah. But is like, are beach movies a thing that people watch?
Well, they did.
Is someone looking for like, oh man, I'm really in the mood for a beach movie?
Yeah. Yeah, they used to be a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing.
Really?
Beach
Yeah.
Blanket Bingo. That's one of them.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a bingo game? Are you making things up again?
You don't have to have an actual bingo card. You just have a blanket and you play bingo on it.
That's fair.
Or like
The blanket
the
is your
beach.
bingo card.
I don't know.
Or like
But
you-
I think like just because it does like the entire plot doesn't focus on, the genre of movie we're talking about. Like, I still think it's a Christmas movie if it takes place at Christmas.
Yeah, I think being
it's Christmas,
set-
but we are
being
going to do
set at
anything but
Christmas
celebrate
time.
Christmas.
like being set in that time period, right? If it's a December movie, I think that if there's enough scenes of, like you said, people wearing Santa hats or doing Christmas shopping or having to go to a Christmas party or something like that,
Yeah.
I think, or like an event, like Home Alone, having to go away on a Christmas holiday, something like that. Die Hard style. Everyone's at the airport for leaving for Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas plays
Christmas movie.
a part.
What's that?
Christmas plays a part.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it doesn't have to be like talked about or like.
Yeah, versus
Central
like a winter movie.
Yeah.
Well, another example would be Lethal Weapon. Like it's set at
Great
Christmas.
Christmas movie.
Christmas,
Set at,
one of the best.
Set at Christmas. It like has a scene at the beginning. It's factored in. Like you can see Christmas trees, Christmas lights. It's in California, so there's no snow. But then like, not till the end is there like another shot of like a Christmas tree and Scrooge is on the TV, and then ends with like a Christmas song.
Yeah,
But throughout the rest of it, it was just about importing drugs
what's more Christmas
and
than
being
that?
too old for this shit.
Nothing's more Christmas than being too old for something.
That is true.
But yeah,
So,
I think Gremlins is a Christmas movie for sure. Not it does. I don't think it has to play the main. Like, it doesn't have to be the main plot point. That it's around Christmas or there's Christmas whatever.
Like, so you don't have to have Christmas Day
I don't think
necessarily in it. So it's like Christmas Vacation is leading up and it ends on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day
that's
is like as the
clearly a
credits
Christmas
roll.
movie.
Well, it's in the title.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's been established. If it's if it's mentioned a setting, it factors into the plot. It is Christmas movie. So the debate settled until the next debate.
Until next podcast.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing that really not grinds my gears, but I'm really tired of hearing is the Mariah Carey fucking "All I Want for Christmas" song.
I haven't
that's-
heard of Mariah Carey.
I love that song.
We're 8 days in.
To me, that comes across. It's almost now like a Monster Mash. Like it's like a parody now of a Christmas song. That's
I heard something weird today. I can't remember if it was on my parents' Spotify or if I was in a public place. But anyways, it was some station like doing like Christmas music. And one of the songs, it was just Aladdin's A Whole New World, but with like Christmas bells in the background. Like someone just improvised it to sound Christmassy. And I was like listening
How
to the
do you-
words, I'm like,
How does that happen though? It's like a whole new world, but there's like jingle bells in the
yeah,
background.
a little bit. It was like just like a Christmassy whatever background to it.
it's like one of the mashups.
It's like no one's listening. Just put on this and add some jingles.
I can't say that I've ever come across that one.
I'll try to find it. Put it in the chat.
A whole new Christmas world.
Christmas.
They said in the news that a big increase now of Christmas movie productions. Like it's the new thing. Like that's what they're gonna focus on, like Netflix and
Oh yeah, like you can't turn on.
I guess it's the new superhero genre of things. We're gonna have like a Christmas cinematic universe.
Well, there's like that Hawkeye movie, right?
Yeah, Hawkeye series is a Christmas thing, but like
Hawkeye's a Christmas movie.
basically what you're gonna have is everyone who failed to get out of the '90s is now doing the Hallmark movies. You're gonna see a lot more of those.
Like,
yeah, but they're not.
actors who failed to get out of the 90s?
Yeah, like Lacey Chabert and Danica McKellar, Candace Cameron. They're all doing Christmas movies now.
You got to get the bag somehow.
They got Christmas bills.
Yeah.
What better way to pay off a Christmas bill than to start a Christmas movie?
But like those ones are like they're so easy, right? It's
Oh yeah, it's
like a
basically
Christmas movie is like the budget's got to be extremely minimal.
somebody goes into a Kinko's and Xeroxes a script, and every 40 copies stops, writes a new title, tapes it to the front, and then Xeroxes it again.
Yeah, it just
they're,
like changes the names a little bit, and I mean it's the same story most of the time, but
Yeah, it's like
it's just the
woman from the
it's not
big
like
city
there's a lot
who's
of
busy with
action.
business needs to go home for some event.
Single female lawyer.
Who's focused too much on her work and not much on her life. Has to go home, and then
How's her world turned upside down?
when she meets this rugged, burly local guy
He was unemployed.
with a heart of gold. And then maybe they will just find love.
With a bit of help
Actually-
from their friends.
Rob Schneider. Oh, God. And here we are. You guys see that they're gonna Airbnb the Home Alone house?
Yeah, isn't it for like super cheap?
Well,
Ish.
yeah. It's a lot of traps in that house.
And damn tarantulas crawling around.
Nails in the steps.
Go turn on a light, damn iron, you're gonna catch you in the face.
Watch out for that blowtorch. Just trying to go upstairs to bed, all like tired or whatever. Just paint cans coming at you, like, oh god.
Hell, just trying to get in the house. The steps are all ice. Front and back door.
Front and back.
Damn micro machines everywhere. If that happened in 2021, you know that kid would be sued.
God.
If that happened in the year that it happened, that kid should have been
1991.
Those changes to the house like that in that community? That's got to look the board.
Just saying, you're gonna have like some criminal defense lawyers suing for damages. Because it happens. It happens now. People break into houses, fall through a skylight, land on a knife, and then they sue the occupant of the home.
And they're successful.
Yes. Was there like I feel like there was not like a movie mistakes, but just talking about like how those guys with like just one trap alone probably would have been dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
they like
yeah.
myth busted or something.
And like as if they would
Iron to the head.
keep going. Like sometimes you just got to take the L and walk away.
But it was the silver tuna, Marv.
What were they even trying to steal in that house again?
Just everything, like
Everything. They
stereos,
got every other
electronics.
house on the street. They wanted to, they wanted to 100% the house, the street.
Ever since he saw that house, he knew he wanted it, Ryan.
Who am I to talk Joe Pesci out of something?
Yeah, he's not here to amuse you. We know that. But they go out of their way to really make it that it could, in theory, be plausible that everybody in a neighborhood is gone, or, if you don't believe that the phone lines are all down.
But then
So when you try
he
to call
uses
people-
but then he uses the phone to call the police
But he
and
says-
order pizza.
They will take a couple of days to get the phone lines resolved.
Okay, but he ordered pizza before that.
Are there plot holes in Home Alone?
Yes.
Yeah, wait, several. Just so many things.
Like, I don't know who would not be freaking out that they left their garage open. And he's just, I forgot to close the garage, whatever. Let him take the 2 cars.
Yeah.
It's probably like the most chill dad, except for like, the start of the second one, they slept in again.
Too chill.
Did we lose Ryan, or he's just not interested?
No.
Is he frozen? I don't know.
I don't know. Which one's better, that or Jingle All the Way?
I choose Home Alone.
I choose Home Alone, like the OG Home Alone.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking Home Alone 3.
No, Jingle All the Way is fantastic, but
Pretty solid.
Home Alone is, it's Home Alone. You can't beat that.
The thing I like about Jingle All the Way is that as I got older, I started picking up all the adult humor, especially when, like, Sinbad's talking bad about his ex-wife and how she slept with everybody at the post office except for him. Or, like, the Santa letters that he's sending, like, oh, dear Santa, I want a bike, and I want to... He's like, oh, no, you're not getting that. Your dad got laid off.
So disgruntled. Literally a disgruntled postal worker.
Yeah, they're ahead of their time. And now people are disgruntled postal workers because if they're not vaccinated, they're no longer employed.
Well, get vaccinated and no issues.
Freedoms. Hello.
Well.
Oh my god, my camera started working. Sorry guys, I got it.
No. We'll move on from that.
Nope, and he's gone. We lost him.
Oh, we're not good at this.
Oh no. Please bear with us, everyone, as we wait for
we need that. We need to change that. Our pictures to the Simpsons stuff. All right. Well, I don't know what I.
Yeah,
there we go.
No, it was definitely me.
A little switcheroo there.
Talk about that?
I said we move on. I didn't say I would stay. See, this is why you take 8 months off between podcasts. Just forget shit. You forget when you close a tab, don't close all the tabs.
Ah, yes. Classic move.
Classic browsers.
Oh, this old tab?
This old tab, he clicks 3. Oh, fuck. One thing I am not going to miss when life never goes back to normal is life never going back to normal. I just can't picture things ever changing to the point where we can just remember that was a good time.
What's something that we used to do pre-COVID that you think that we'll never do again? Like it'll just never go back to that.
Like in terms of like restrictions or just like a level of comfort?
Level of comfort, day-to-day life, restrictions, whatever you can think of.
Well, I tell you that when Vishal and I saw Ghostbusters and like some dude like literally just sat, like a whole row bought and sat next to me, and I didn't feel uncomfortable for myself. I felt uncomfortable for this guy until he took his shoes off.
Yeah.
So I think some level.
I feel like that wouldn't.
It just seems weird that someone would.
That's a pre-COVID thing too. If you took your shoes off in a theater, I'd be like, dude, what's up?
So I guess it's just a heightened awareness of idiocy and stuff like that. And then like when I like shifted down, because again it's a whole row. Why would you ever sit next to someone when there's a whole row available? Yeah. I felt like I was being judged for moving rather than this guy. I was waiting for him to undo the belt and pop the button of his pants. He's that comfortable.
Yeah, people forget that they're not in their house, I guess.
I want to give it away. Was it the power recliners in the 40-foot screen?
It's like, what? This isn't my living room.
Was it the VIP?
No, just the one at Landmark.
Yeah, they're all
Full out reclining. It's so good, like better than the VIP ones.
Oh shit! I don't think I've been there since.
Yeah, you're willing to give up the like IMAX and just for the extra. There's less people in there, and you get the better seating.
And they like recline like way back. Like you can have your feet like straight up and lean back a bunch.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
No
so
wonder
much
this guy
room.
took his shoes off.
It's like I'm with them now.
Yeah. I'm pro this guy. Have you guys seen No Time to Die, the new Bond yet?
I have not watched it yet.
I have seen it. Yes.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it for Cory. I wanted to get.
I guess James Bond's in it.
Do you ever plan on watching it?
Oh yeah, but I want to be able to sit and watch it, not like be interrupted.
Then I won't spoil it.
It's tough with these 2.5 hour long movies.
Yeah, it was like really long. Like we went and saw it. Like it was around like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and I don't think we realized it was like a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, when I went to see it, I forget what the circumstance was, but it was like a 10:30 or 11 o'clock show, and I was like, oh whatever, it's 2 hours, whatever. But then like take in the previews and all that stuff beforehand and how long it actually was, I was like, oh, I guess I'm not getting home till 2:30.
This was a long night.
See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
You try to like pause it because you think it's Netflix. Watch the rest tomorrow.
It's like, hold on, I gotta get another pair of shoes for this. I gotta get my slippies off.
Yeah, shoes come off, and now the socks. Yeah, I don't know. As I'm getting older, I'm finding the 2.5 hours is like this is a commitment. This is less of an enjoyment, escapism, more of a
Go for show binging because you know you have like 40-minute intervals where you can decide if you want to be a piece of shit for another 40 minutes or not.
Well, that's things I'm finding. I would rather sit through 6 or 7 in a row episodes of a 20-minute comedy than watch 2 40-minute shows.
Yeah.
Or
I
one
think it's
2 hour long movie.
Yeah, I think it's because after 20, you're making the, you know what, I will throw another one on rather than.
You know what, Netflix? I am still awake.
I've decided. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like my attention span is gone because again I'm watching still the same amount of time, but just with the option to quit in shorter intervals. And I guess if I pick up after, it's now a new episode rather than a continuation.
Yeah, like it's the action or the actual plot of the stuff is like it's always on a 20-minute episode versus a 2 hour or 3 hour movie. There's a lot of downtime and side plots and all that kind of stuff. Whereas for TV shows, the side plots are like, they may carry on or they might just be like a throwaway line here.
Yeah, it's like the B story of whatever episode.
Yeah, depending on the show and the characters involved with the B or C plot.
Yeah, there's
a very good chance I'm skipping that and just focusing on the A plot. Like they'll recap this down the line, I'm sure.
Yeah, if it's important, I'll I can.
It'll be on the previously on. Like, okay, then I'll get the summary at the beginning.
Like I don't remember that, but all right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the recap, I guess.
Oh, they turned on that person?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense now.
So as
I still like the, especially for like the blockbusters, I still like the long 2.5 like hour extravaganzas.
And then you get the 90-minute Venom.
Ugh. God.
Then you're like, thank God it wasn't 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So as I'm laying out my 25 days of Christmas viewing, I like to throw in a few TV shows in there too.
Ooh, interesting.
This might be the year I don't watch any of the Office Christmas episodes.
I'm okay with that.
Rude.
I have found now, I've seen it so often that when if I see there's nothing on, I'll throw an Office on. It's not catching me like it's like, oh, this episode. Like if I see it when I'm flicking through channels, like I don't find the hook anymore for it.
I'm still there for The Office, like first 3 seasons. Anything?
I find more often
in
not
there?
it's 4, 5, or 6, so they don't catch me.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
like I mean we've talked so
Ad
much
nauseam.
about how like
Iron Fist.
how it's gone downhill. Like after season 3,
Is this
season
enough to get 20 people
there's
plastered?
yeah, like there's yeah, exactly. But like there's a few decent episodes in 4, enough kind of quotable lines and stuff in 5, but like it's a steep drop off once we get Jim and Pam together,
Yep.
and so it's like I don't think you're gonna find too many people being like, oh, season 8 of The Office was absolutely the best one.
Yeah, the pinnacle.
Like you're not gonna
You
get that.
see anybody post that anywhere in social, it is designed to infuriate you.
Yeah, exactly.
What? When Andy was the manager, that's when things finally took off.
Yeah.
That's just a troll comment.
Exactly. But no, like the season 2 Christmas episode and 3, I think they were fantastic.
So Christmas party and a Benihana Christmas.
Yeah.
Not classic Christmas.
Ugh. No one wants to be classy on Christmas.
Or was it Moroccan Christmas?
Morocco Christmas.
Oh, Morocco Christmas. Yeah, so I don't know. I think this might be the year I do that.
Like the old school Rudolph and Frosty and Grinch.
Oh yeah, we're watching those.
Yeah, they're in there. They gotta be.
Christmas.
Yep, Garfield's in there. Goof Troop.
Ooh, yes. Can't go wrong with Goof Troop.
No. What else is there that's very ingrained in our? So you got Frosty, Rudolph, Grinch,
Peanuts.
Charlie Brown,
Charlie Brown.
which is also like the least child one. Of all of them. It's like there's like straight up Bible quotes in there, and Bible stories.
Which one? Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown, yeah. What do you think Linus is talking about, man?
I just thought he was there for a good time.
No, man, he's just rolling around with his blanket and talking about Jesus.
You know how you do.
As we all do. Also, like, Charlie Brown's bald. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Schultz says. He's fucking bald. He's got one hair.
Who says he's not bald?
Is there someone on the other side of this argument?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Charles Schultz, the creator of Peanuts.
Is Charlie Brown bald?
But what? Like he's saying he's not bald because of that one hair.
No, as in like
Charlie Brown says that his hair's like, Schultz says Charlie Brown's hair is like so light and short that it couldn't be seen.
it's like a buzz cut.
Not technical, but like, man, that kid looks fucking bald to me.
Of course he's bald. Even if it was a buzz cut, you would see the little peach fuzz situation.
Yeah.
Maybe not in a cartoon.
But how do you disagree with the person who created them? I don't know.
Easy. We just did.
Lots of people disagree about the whole GIF situation, and
Have you
the
guys
person
seen the
the
show?
person who created it says it's GIF.
He's wrong.
So you're gonna disagree with him?
That person is wrong. You're right.
So there you go.
Yeah, you got it. You're right. I concede. Yeah. Yeah. Charlie Brown is bald, and
That's it. That's all there is to it.
yeah.
Well, because like wasn't the argument because it's graphic? That's what
That's-
the G is
Charlie Brown's hair.
Yeah.
for GIF.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, it's,
Like,
it's
it means-
graphical.
So
but
therefore, graphical.
but the guy who created it said the proper pronunciation is GIF.
yeah, that person was wrong.
So it's
it's like
you know,
defeating,
it's kind
defeating
of
your
like-
own argument.
it's just no, he's just like it stands for graphical whatever, but it's pronounced GIF.
It's kind of like those tweets from the company who made Uno, and they like try to tell you what the rules are. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
thanks for the card. But we'll
Yeah,
take
you guys don't know how to play Uno. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Imagine telling someone they can't play a +4 on a +4. Get out of here, Uno. Or Hasbro or whoever it is. Like, go on, get.
Like, yeah, of course. That's what you have to do. That is how you ruin somebody's good time playing that game. What's this? +4 top, and then I'm changing it to yellow, and you don't have any.
Yeah. It's like Monopoly telling me I don't get the money in the middle when I land on free parking. Get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not in there either, but you're wrong.
And let's be honest, though, if you're only winning $10 in a beauty contest, how beautiful are you?
Yeah. Are you
And
really
that's
winning?
second place.
Oh man.
All those good old-fashioned family fun times. Has anyone ever played Monopoly with a family member and not had a fight?
I don't
That
think
game's-
I've ever played a game of Monopoly to conclusion. Like with anyone, friends, family, anyone.
It's a long game.
It is a long.
Like, have you played to the point where at least one person was bankrupt and out of the game?
Yeah, Risk was another one. Like Risk can go like super long.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Ukraine, because Ukraine's weak.
Yeah.
Shout out to all Ukrainian listeners.
Not anymore.
Have you guys seen the show?
They're too weak.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the show I Think You Should Leave on Netflix?
I think you should leave.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's like a sketch show from like one of the ex-writers from like Saturday Night Live. And he does it's like Saturday Night Live-esque where he does like a bunch of skits. I highly suggest checking it out. It's pretty funny. It's one of those shows where it's like they just go for everything and it either lands or it doesn't, much like Saturday Night Live does all the time.
Yeah.
It's on my I Think You Should Watch list.
Hey, what's
You
it
have a
called
list?
again?
It's called I Think You Should Leave.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I think you should.
I think you should watch. I think you should leave.
See what I did there? Yeah. My girlfriend made me watch it. It was pretty good actually.
Oh, here he goes with the girlfriend again.
Yeah, this guy with the
Second
girlfriends.
time I brought it up.
And one's on the actual recording.
Sorry.
It's like, enough, Ryan.
Sorry, lady.
We get it.
You don't see me talking about my wife and kids.
Maybe you should.
Not the worst idea, I guess, but
Maybe once. Maybe you should let your podcast.
acknowledge their existence.
You sound just like them. This got very dark. Very telling of my home life, I guess. I'm in the basement, door closed. Everyone's up there banging on the door saying, Daddy, do something with us.
No.
I was saying, as have gotten older and with it, I really come to appreciate A Christmas Story more than I ever had when I was a kid watching it.
That was the one you watched the first day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, I remember growing up thinking, this is so boring. I don't know how TBS is doing 24 hours of it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, this is
spot on.
This, yeah. This,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, this kid's an asshole.
Oh, fudge. No, I didn't say fudge. We've all been there. We've all let the F-bombs slide into the regular conversation with parents. But that did remind me of something, which, fuck, now I forgot.
Fudge.
Oh, yeah, right. We're talking about these movies that one of the main characters is Santa Claus. And Santa Claus exists, but the universe doesn't believe he exists. But yet he delivers presents.
We talked about this. Yeah.
Like, how do they explain the existence of these gifts that nobody purchased in the house? But there's no Santa Claus. I don't get it. Like, that's like you wrote yourself this massive plot hole that you never explained. Like Elf, right?
Or the opposite, where he clearly doesn't exist, and this person thinks that they do, and just his kids don't get presents.
Yeah, exactly. Like, was it I think it was a 2.5 Men episode where the girl was like in her 30s and still believes Santa Claus exists, and she even like legit says on Christmas morning when she has nothing is, "I didn't get anything again."
Yeah, that was a very specific actor who did that. John Elfman?
I can't remember who, but it was. I remember.
I'm right about this.
Back to the Google machine. But yeah, like how? I guess I don't get it.
Did you guys also see that meme that's been floating around? That's like, you know, when Santa goes to a house, he never goes next door. He always just like shoots off, like flies away so far. And it's like, why wouldn't you just go to the house next door? Like, don't you have to visit there eventually? You're already here.
I think one movie that I recall that may have shown what you're talking about is the Santa Claus. Like he does the one house and then he just like figures we're done and then loops around and then it's like literally like the next one.
Oh no, it was Josie Davis. I was wrong.
Oh, you're way off.
Whiff.
I got the J right.
Yeah.
I'd say that it's a foul ball.
I mean, it's 2.5 Men. If I remember 2.5 Men that well, like I'm probably more
That's something wrong with your life.
I'm kind of glad I didn't get it right.
Yeah. Truth be told, I thought it was a How I Met Your Mother episode. That does seem like something that would have been on there too.
Yeah, it seems like it would be
an early
Ted's
2000s
girlfriends
type,
that believed that, and that was her flaw.
You think there are people that exist that do think that? Like we're never told.
Sure. Some psychological damage that they just
like. I feel like it's like. Could you imagine like that? Like the writing the song "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" and then them never explaining that it was Dad.
Yeah.
And then then the parents just going along with it. They get divorced and everything because Mom was stepping out with Santa Claus and Dad can't handle it, even though it was him the whole time.
Yeah, it's like in How I Met Your Mother. What's his face is told that Bob Barker is his dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Bob Barker wasn't complicit in this. I'm saying that both parents.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are lots of.
I'd like to meet these people.
I don't know about lots. I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm sure that there are, 20-plus-year-olds that, for whatever reason, believe that Santa exists, and when there's no presents from Santa, they're probably like, oh, I must have been naughty this year, or it must have been that one thing that I did that put me on the naughty list, and like kind of brush it away like that.
It's basically a religion at that point.
Yeah.
I think it kind of always was.
Isn't it, though? Yeah, I thought Santa Claus was born out of religion.
Presence that's...
I mean, Santa Claus, like today, it was like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
The images, yes.
Yeah.
Like St. Nicholas, right?
St. Nicholas is like,
yeah.
He's a different piece of pie. I'm not even sure he was that nice.
I don't know about this guy, all right? Like, I have my reservations about this Saint Nick.
More like all your letters to Ryan Karkner, Lee Majors fan at 25 at Open Color.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, because like there's this omnipresence that's watching you and checking in on your behavior. So be good, for goodness sake.
That's what we teach kids.
You better watch out.
Yeah, someone's watching you all the time, so get your shit
Yeah,
together.
Get your shit together.
It's Google and Amazon now.
Yeah, it is. They have droids.
Like after we record this show, I'm sure everything we've talked about is going to show up in your feed for something.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have like watch these Christmas movies to get ready for the big day.
Watch all these beach movies. Point Break.
You want to
The
watch
Beach.
Blue Crush, Into the Blue. Castaway.
Ooh, good one.
Beach movie.
Although, yeah, Point Break surfing. Is it a beach movie or is it a surfing movie or is it a robbery movie?
Yeah, they're on the beach.
Is it Point Break Surfing? Is that the name of the movie?
No, it's Point Break.
Or is it
Point Break surfing.
Oh,
Point Break surfing. Colon surfing.
I thought for some reason it was like a sequel to Point Break.
Point Break 2, The
beach.
Waves.
Point Break Surfing Edition.
You know that was probably like some stupid DVD
Yeah,
selling feature.
I was just thinking that. It's like, get the Hang 10 copy.
There had to have been a video game version of that.
No, Point Break 2, Point Break Year.
Pointier Break.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I think Die Hard 2 is also a Christmas movie. I think instead of him flying out, she's flying in.
Yeah.
And they're in Washington, D.C. That's the airport.
But it's only those two, right? After that,
Yes.
they step away from the whole Christmas time of it all.
Yeah, well, Die Hard with a Vengeance is definitely not. It's in the summertime.
Yeah.
And they're running around New York. I think, New York City.
And then, so it's Die Hard, Die Harder, Die Hard with
Die
a
Hard
Vengeance.
2, Die Harder, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard. Also, in some markets called Die Hard 4.0.
Ooh.
And then, what was the last one?
Yeah, there's a fifth one, right? Die Hard 5, Adrian's
Die-
Revenge.
John
John McClane's Revenge. Fuck, what is it called? It's something Die Hard. It's like a Live Free or Die Hard type
A
thing.
good Day to Die Hard.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
What a terrible title.
They could have gone like, No Time to Die Hard. Really?
Just call it Die Hard 5 and be done with it. Like Die Hard 5, the end.
I like the Fast and Furious movies too. Like,
I still stand by it should be Fasten your seatbelts.
Oh, it's gonna be. It's
It has
there's
to be. If it's-
absolutely
it won't be,
no
but it has
way
to
that
be.
it will not be called Fasten Your Seatbelts.
It has to be. It won't be, but it has to be.
No. I would put money on it.
people
I
won't,
would-
people won't see it if that isn't in there somewhere.
Yeah, I would put several dollars on it that it will be called.
$6. $10 because it's the 10th movie.
Yeah, I'd take that bet that it will be called Fasten Your Seatbelts,
It's
or something along that line, like Fasten.
your seatbelts.
It's got to be seatbelts, but fasten your motorcycle helmet.
They just use Fasten like the whole time.
The only way that it's not called something along those lines is them just trolling, being like, "Oh, everyone wants it to be called this, so we're not going to call it that."
Well, the naming convention is not even just that it's retarded. It doesn't really follow any logic because you had, what's it, Fast 5 and then Furious 6 and then back to Fast again.
Just Fast, and then Fate of the Furious.
That was the 8th one, right?
Yeah, and then what was the 9th one?
F9.
Oh yeah,
Just all-
F9.
Not even trying at that point. I still have only seen the first two and some of the third one. I don't know, Ryan, you're all over
There's
it.
good ones, but it's when
Well, is it like good? Air quotes good?
no, like I think there's a point where in the Office episode when
Here we go.
When Michael takes that second job at the Lipofedrine, whatever.
Oh, when he's talking about the Die Hard movies?
And he's talking about the Die Hard, and he's like, oh, the first two were good, but then, he's like throwing motorcycles into helicopters and stuff like that, and it's just like, it's a bit too
That's
much.
Live Free or Die Hard.
And I think that's how it goes with Fast and the Furious movies. Like, all of them, plot-wise, are terrible, but, you can zone out and
Well,
enjoy
as we all
people.
know, the
like,
FBI sends people in to infiltrate.
yeah, and
Street racing.
when it gets into things like the last one, they're going out into space, or before that they're driving tanks, and there's helicopters and stuff involved. Like, it kind of gets away from Fast and the Furious of just being about street racing, because I think after the third one, maybe the fourth one, street racing isn't really part of it. It's just
Well, I was just gonna say, like,
driving fast.
isn't
and
the
getting
third one
away.
really the only one that's about street racing? Because the first one was about, yes, they have these souped up cars, but they're like a crime ring. They're
It's a
stealing
crime
stuff.
ring, but yeah, it
Under the
starts
guise
off
of
with
street
speed.
racing.
It starts off with the street racing.
Yeah, it's almost like a street racing
That's like the cover.
theme to it.
Yeah, but like the
second.
time, and yeah, even the second one, it's like we need people who can drive fast, so that
Can anybody drive
they
fast?
can get in and out. But with that kind of not agility, what's the maneuverability?
Finesse.
Yeah, finesse.
Well, I'm saying,
The thing that I love about the Fast and the Furious movies is that there's always another gear. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's so like they'll be going as fast as they possibly can,
and as
and then
furious
they'll
as
be like,
possible.
"Oh no, we need to go faster," and they'll just crank on that
Find
gear
another
shift,
gear.
and it's like, how many gears does this car have? Like, you've already changed gears 7 times. Like, you're in reverse at this point. I'm sorry.
know
But
what
it's
you
like they always, it's a way to be like, oh, if I kind of if I make the camera pan to you going, that just means you can go faster.
What they should do is redo it with bicycles, because then you can get a 12 speed.
Yeah, there you go. Like, oh no, a hill.
Gear down, gear down.
But yeah,
What you got there-
the
what you got there, a
Fast and the
Schwinn?
Furious movies, you know, like they know what they're doing. They know they're not going in trying to make a good movie
No
plot
Citizen
wise.
Kane here.
They're just going in to be like, all right, let's see what crazy thing. Like the last one, yeah, I think the last one they went into space somehow on a rocket or I don't know what, but like whatever happens in the 10th one, they're gonna have to beat it. So it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be set on
Mars.
the moon.
You've already been to the moon. Go to Mars. It's on the sun.
Nah, it's too far away.
It's-
You'd never make it.
Well, they'll just shift.
Shut up
gears.
about the sun. Shut up about the sun.
They'll just shift gears to a faster speed. Yeah, that is some crazy franchise. It's like they're trying to outdo what Tom Cruise does in life.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to space to shoot a movie, so we got to go to space
We gotta go.
in a movie.
Maybe that's what they'll do is instead of maybe they'll go underwater for this one. It'll be
Driving
like
underwater.
submarines.
It's like the Friday the 13th movies almost.
That's the thing though. Like once you get to a certain
Jason
point in a
X in
franchise,
space.
you just have to be like,
Leprechaun in space.
hey man,
Hey, Leprechaun in the Hood. You did 2 of those. Leprechaun back to the Hood.
the streets.
Was he in Vegas in the second one? Because I remember there's some. I know, like, somebody catches him and he gets the pot of gold. Maybe that's why I'm assuming it's Vegas.
I think
That's still etched in my brain when he got him. It's like, oh, I get your pot of gold, and then the pot of gold starts to emerge from this guy's stomach, and
It's
then it
actually
explodes.
there.
oh, Warwick.
You want it? You got it. Ryan, look up the Leprechaun franchise.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
don't worry.
So yeah, Leprechaun 2, and then yeah, I know he goes to space. I can't remember if that's before or after he's in the Hood.
The easiest way is just to look up Warwick Davis. He's my boy for this.
Yeah, Warwick Davis, Jim.
You stopped playing them eventually.
Well, wasn't one of the like WWE wrestlers was like in the reboot of it or something?
Something.
And also another little person.
The hell are they making a Willow TV series? They are.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
isn't
are.
that
Interesting. Did not know that. Willow TV series in filming.
ooh, yeah.
Anyways, back on to pressing matters. Wait, was he? He was in the Rise of Skywalker. Did not know
Yeah,
that. either.
they brought everybody back for.
Dude, the Leprechaun?
It's Warwick Davis. I don't know about the Leprechaun specifically. Jesus, knowing how that franchise went, maybe.
It's a crossover.
Okay, I gotta go deep.
Easily could be in a galaxy far, far away.
All right, Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 4 in space.
There we go.
A very unlucky Leprechaun. Then just randomly did Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. Leprechaun in the Hood.
There it is. So it was space first.
Leprechaun 6, Back to the Hood.
There it is.
Back to the.
I think that was the last one he did, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, then they started rebooting it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Jennifer Aniston was in the first one.
She was.
First movie. I don't think it was a fun fact for her.
Yeah.
I love how he just plays several Ewoks. Like, they couldn't just give him a fucking character. Like, you just had to play random Ewoks. Oh, Warwick.
Definitely not any of the main ones, I guess.
Yeah, so clearly he wasn't Wicket. Did you ever see the Ewoks, like, TV movies?
No.
Oh. Well, I guess I was the only unfortunate soul.
Yeah, there's Caravan of Courage and Ewok Adventure. And Ewok, the Battle of
Caravan of Courage.
Oh, and a movie called The Princess and the Dwarf. I'm sure he's the princess in that one.
I want my autobiography to be titled Caravan of Courage. The Cory Butler story.
Amazing.
You're enthralled in the
I'm in
the
that
cast
part of
listings of
I'm in that part of
Warren
IMDb
Davis.
now.
You gonna watch Leprechaun now? I'm pretty sure he raps in one of the Hood ones too.
No way.
Yes, he does.
Thank you.
All right, I'm adding that to the list before
Can confirm.
before I think you should leave.
Oh, yeah,
Leprechauns, the entire Leprechauns franchise, and then I'll consider Ryan's choice.
they're fine.
How bad could have things gone in the Hood that he had to go back?
Or how good?
It's true. Well,
Maybe that's
if you know anything about Leprechaun movies, nothing good happens with
that's
Leprechaun.
fair. Yeah, you're right.
I still haven't watched the Chucky series yet.
Me neither. I keep wanting to, and then
They're making a show, aren't they?
yeah,
That's literally what we're talking about. This
exactly
series.
what we're talking.
Oh,
Much
sorry,
like Willow.
when you said series, I thought you meant like the
Films? No, I've seen
yeah,
those.
series of films. Yeah.
I saw.
I don't know why I did this. Thinking that.
Yeah. That's, oh, now I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like thinking like there's like 46 Chucky movies.
See, if you would have did this, I would have been lost. But
Yeah, like I don't know what you mean by that.
tell me when to stop. How many movies? I saw so Child's Play, 2, 3, Bride of Chucky. I saw Son of Chucky, but there was another one in there that I didn't see before they and I saw the reboot too.
What's the one with Mark Hamill?
The reboot,
It was
also just called Chucky.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. I think. Like good for a Chucky movie. Not like,
Yeah, no, it was
Is
weird
the-
not having what's his face voice. I
Is
can't
the
remember his
whole
name at the moment.
Chucky season out now?
Yeah,
like
it's done.
It's
Yeah.
done. Like it's
Yeah.
were they doing a weekly thing or did they
Yep.
release it all at once?
No, it was weekly.
But it's all out now.
Yeah, I think it started. It was only about 10 episodes. I think 10 or
Amazing.
maybe 13.
I will have to get those.
I've heard good things. Doesn't mean it's good, but I've heard
Yeah,
good things.
it's Chucky. We'll take it.
Any what should be an inanimate object killing people.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
exactly.
Oh yeah, when we talk about stupid naming conventions, the Scream franchise 1, 2, 3, 4 Scream.
I thought they were redoing another Scream again.
Like you were literally like an hour behind the conversation.
But not an hour, like seconds.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm on IMDb again.
Did you ever see that?
When's that one? That one's coming out in like
I think January.
Yeah.
January. Yeah.
Did have you seen the episode of Family Guy where Stewie, Brian, and Chris are making a movie and they do like a Kickstarter?
No.
No, okay, so there's literally a scene in the movie where they're doing like a conference call to do a table read, but Chris is in his room because he's busy or something. But there's like a 30-second delay. I feel though that's Ryan right now.
He's saying it like right after you finish the sentence.
It's like, you know what's like bad about this Scream franchise? The movie is called Scream. Aren't they making a new Scream? like a tape delay, eh, right?
Yeah. From the first Scream movie.
Yeah, but I think I started to rewatch those, and then I watched the first one, and I'm like, I don't really need to watch the other ones now.
Oh yeah,
I remember the second one not being terrible, but
it's true.
not enough to rewatch it.
No, then the third one it just goes bad.
Because they kind of went with the third one, what Wes Craven did with New Nightmare, right?
Yeah,
Is that it's just all self-aware, meta.
even the second one was like
Teetering, right?
very meta. Like it was the second one was like about them wanting to make a movie about the first movie, kind
Yeah,
of.
the third one is
The third
literally
one
to
was
make a
them
movie.
actually making the movie about the first movie, which is
Because we saw the fourth one in theaters, I'm pretty sure, and I
Yeah.
felt that one was also like is basically they are doing a new one, but kind of just doing 2 and 3 together, and
Yeah.
calling it a fourth movie.
I don't know, I'm excited for the new one. It'll be not great, but whatever.
I think at this point you have to kill off
Nev
one, if
Campbell.
not all of them.
All of them. Dewey for sure.
Dewey. Just never dies.
No, he doesn't.
I recently had a one of my friends had never seen like any of those, like mid 90s
Slashers.
slashers, right? So we ended up watching Scream, and then we did I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then what was the third one? I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Those were the big two. Like, that was
Yeah, those are the big franchise ones.
There was
yeah.
another one that was like just as bad.
Yeah, those were the 90s, like aware of its own meta type
I gotta.
slasher movies.
Kevin Williamson, Dawson's Creek creator.
I don't want.
One type of meta stuff. The whole show is about movie making.
I'm on it, V. I'm gonna find it for you.
Wasn't Joyride, but Joyride surprisingly is not bad.
What about Wrong Turn?
Never saw Wrong Turn.
They made way too many of those. They took a wrong turn already. 90s.
Oh, did you throw in the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That was pretty good, actually. They did a good
I enjoyed that one. The prequel, not as good, but also a very bad title. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning.
Yeah.
The top 10 90s slasher films. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, Scream, obviously. Was
10, no, from 10 to 1.
Okay.
10, Ravenous. Never seen it.
Nope.
Cult favorite. 9, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay.
8, Halloween H2O.
Okay.
7, Candyman.
Yeah,
Which
that was a good one.
6, Scream
The first
2.
one?
Like the OG Candyman.
Yeah. That's what I meant, like not like Candyman 2.
Yeah.
6, Scream 2. 5, Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
I brought Freddy back.
4, Scream, like the OG Screams.
Yeah.
3,
That
Sleepy
was-
Hollow. I'm pretty sure that's with like Johnny Depp.
Wait, Scream was 4?
Scream was 4.
Wow. And then
Sleepy
what was
Hollow
it?
was
What was 3? Sleepy Hollow?
Sleepy 3 was Sleepy 3. Sleepy Hollow is
Sleepy 3.
Sleepy 3. Sleepy Returns. Number 2's Man Bites Dog. I can't say I've ever seen.
Never heard of that.
I thought that was a documentary.
1 was Funny Games. Never even heard of that one.
I don't know.
Funny
I don't
Games
know.
is-
Who knows?
Yeah, I forget. I know we watched 3 movies, but it was
So you don't. Out of those ones, it wasn't on that list.
it wasn't on that list. It was Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then
Complete list of 90s slashers.
I
thought
don't
it was
know.
Copycat considered a slasher.
Here we go.
Clearly, everyone's
the
a
most,
big fan
the
of
most
Copycat.
iconic 90s teen horror movies.
I'm literally looking the entire list of 90s
This whole episode is IMDb
slashers.
sponsored.
Yeah, IMDb's getting a ride here.
Well, I guess they needed to make some money after being down yesterday.
Were they actually?
Yeah, Amazon's web services took a lot of stuff out.
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Merry Christmas.
See this
it's
list
the Toy
makes
Maker.
this list makes a lot more sense. Okay, so top 12. It was top.
Are these
So-
grossing or
Just the most iconic '90s teen horror movies.
Okay.
So from worst to best, we're starting at 12 for some
Let's be
reason.
serious. They're all going to be the worst. If they're geared towards teens. I'm sure Wax.
The
House of Wax is on
Rage, Carrie 2.
there. You know who
I
is in
still
that?
know what you did last summer.
I'm pretty sure the Rage Carrie 2 has what's her face from Mighty Ducks.
Ooh, was it The Dentist? I hated that movie.
The dentist?
Yeah.
Was the dentist named Crentist?
I remember the third movie we watched was Saw. So it wasn't
that
wasn't
was
anything like
Yeah.
a
Was it
teen horror
90s
movie.
nor a teen?
No. But okay, so this list. So The Rage, Carrie 2. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, so the second one.
Okay.
Idle Hands.
Devin Sawa.
Then we have Disturbing Behavior with Katie Holmes. Urban Legend.
I remember Disturbing
Oh,
Behavior.
okay.
which
Disturbing
is a
Behavior
pretty good-
was it
Was Final Destination in the 90s? Like the first one?
It should be, but it's not on this list. But I don't know if it's like a
True slasher.
a horror style. I mean, it should be, because that series I thought was really good.
2000.
Like all of those movies had at least one
Death
kill where
finds
I
a
was
way.
like, oh yeah, that guy got it.
Yeah.
Like
the
there was at least
antithesis
one
of
kill that made
Jeff
the movie
Goldblum's
worth
character?
Final Destination was always fun. That's why I never drive behind log trucks. I don't
Oh
care.
yeah,
Yeah.
there is a huge group of people that will never drive behind a log truck because of those movies. I am in that group.
Yeah.
Just any cab that's
No
open
way
in the
I'm
back.
going down Final Destination.
Hell no, thank you.
You can avoid roller coasters too, Ryan.
Also, why I don't go into tanning beds. So
They don't make those anymore, or do they? Just it's not as widely available as one was.
I don't think they ever like sealed to begin with though. For that reason.
I guess that's two movies, right? Because that was also a scene in one of the last summer movies. I don't know, was the second one? Yeah.
What,
she
the-
didn't die in it, but it was just
like
a
tanning
comic-
bed thing?
Yeah.
Good memory.
yeah, I don't, maybe in the second one.
J Love.
I still
Yeah.
can't believe you just randomly knew the movie when I asked you about that scene there from Flashdance. I was trying to find the gif where like V where like she drops the water.
Yeah, of course, that's
that
fine.
famous scene. And I was
Yeah,
like, I'm trying to, for some reason off the top of my head, I was like, was it Footloose? I was like, it's Footloose adjacent. I know that.
Jason.
And then so like I
It's
asked
the
Cory-
80s and also starts with an F. So
I asked
he's
Cory
not
before I
wrong.
looked it up, thinking that he would know, and then eventually, like, he didn't answer me right away because I don't know, he was
Just
doing
like
his
it's-
job or something.
God forbid.
So I googled it. I was like, "Shit, it's Flashdance." And anyways, I told Cory, "It's like, oh," and Cory's like, "Yeah, no, it's so and so actress." So I was like, "Yeah."
Are you a Flashdance with Jennifer Beals?
I was like, "How could you possibly know that?"
It's Flashdance.
Lot-
What are you talking about? How could you
Lot
not
of
know
use-
that?
Yeah, a lot of useless knowledge in there.
Amazing.
You finished? Is that the list?
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah.
Oh no, there was more. I
Oh,
just closed
they were
it.
talking about my Flashdance story. Yeah.
Anyway, either way, it ended with number one being the original Scream, which is basically what I wanted to get to. Is the quintessential '90s teen slasher. It's-
Just like it then became 2000s, which was Saw and torture porn, as they call it.
Indeed.
Were there really
Like-
any others though? Like,
Hostile.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Hostel. And then Hostel 2 kind of went above and beyond what you needed to do and just killed the whole
Yeah.
thing.
That movie.
It's like,
The
oh, you
Collector,
guys.
Have you ever saw that? The Collector was very Saw adjacent, very torture porn.
You're very adjacent today, aren't you?
That's a good word.
yeah,
It allows me to sound like I know what I'm talking about without actually getting into it. It's a good word.
it's a good out.
It's a good out. It's adjacent to knowing.
it's knowledge adjacent.
It's like the show is podcast adjacent.
IMDb adjacent.
Okay.
1 hour. You did good.
Yeah, I think if you take a lot of the...
We'll catch it in post.
Yeah, it's going to be like a good 15, 16 minutes. And then like 45 of just...
Take out all the technical difficulties and the silence. We got 20 minutes here.
Yeah, we'll edit this all down in post. So I think that's
That's a wrap.
a wrap.
You're good.
It's a Spotify wrapped.
That was for 10K to the promised land. Thank you for my job.
Spotify sends out the wrap for the year, and I think there's 6 or 7 different traveling memes on making fun of that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is like the IKEA wrapped for the year, and it's like
I do not
an
want
Allen
to
key.
knowing my wrapped for Spotify. I'll send out nudes before I give out that.
It's just a lot of aqua. And,
Thank you.
Ever talk to somebody who's a good 6-7 years younger than they're embarrassed of what they're listening to on Spotify, and it's maybe mid 2000s?
Oh yeah.
And you're like, it's okay. I got
Oh, my dear.
fucking 80s soft rock ballads going.
It's necessary.
Of course.
Can't get through the day without those.
I get
See-
that you like the Counting Crows, but why did you listen to it?
It is a long December, Ryan. So what are some recent things I added to my playlist here? Basically, a good chunk of the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack.
Nice.
Ooh, I can't remember.
Neutron Dance by the Pointer Sisters and Stir It Up by Patti LaBelle.
We were playing a cranium game or charade game where they had to hum
Cranium
that
adjacent.
cranium adjacent game where we had to hum or whistle that tune to Beverly Hills Cop, and nobody got it, and I was the one humming
What was
it.
it?
Either hummed it poorly or whistled it poorly, or no one knows Beverly Hills Cop.
What was it?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh. And what's the actual name of the song?
Oh God, I don't know.
Axel F.
I think it literally said in brackets the theme from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, Axel F.
Is that what?
Theme from Beverly Hills Cop. Christ.
Christ.
Just a plethora of crap in here under this Santa hat. Also, The Heat Is On is from that soundtrack, too.
Great soundtrack. Yeah, there it is. The electronic instrumental theme. Yep, you're right.
Was
You're
there
right.
any-
You're right.
Yeah, I'm wrong adjacent a lot. Also, just put the final nail in that coffin. And to end the year with
Yeah, the final
Right.
podcast of 2021.
or ever. Depends. Just
The only podcast of 2021.
no. There was 12 other ones according to Spotify's Wrapped. Iron Fist.
Why?
Because you have to. It's like Seinfeld with a Superman reference. Just gotta shit all over Iron Fist. Also, Fred Claus does not get the justice it deserves. It's not that bad.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, Ryan,
Mm.
rewatch The Breakup. It still holds up. It's still fantastic.
Great movie.
And it
Fantastic.
hits hard.
Yeah.
I really had to step back and reevaluate things. I'm like, oh shit, this is me.
Why would I want to do the dishes?
Well, nobody wants to do the dishes. And how many times has there been a situation like that where it's, all you have to do is just do it and this is done, but you just can't get out of your own way.
Yeah.
And then it snowballs. Also, yeah, we watched the Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Yeah, saw that one.
Fucking the line of when they haven't seen each other in forever, when he's just like, "Oh, you look great. Have you lost weight?" It's like, "No, I gained a lot actually."
Ooh, that one hits.
I'm just like, yeah, everyone does say that, and I'm sure they don't mean it ever. It's like, oh, you look good. If you can't lost some weight, no, I gained a lot. So
No,
thanks for
just been
bringing that
eating
up.
more.
Yeah.
You've been working out? Nope, just getting fat.
It's like there was a beach episode of the Simpsons, right? When you're packing a little light. No, maybe just getting stronger. Well, I have been eating more. And we've all been there.
I looked at the list for the open color episodes, and the last one was the proper way to slice a sandwich.
Yeah, there's only one.
Yeah.
I made 2 sandwiches the other day because I was working. So I'm like, have one for lunch, have one for dinner. I cut them in 2 different ways. And
So you knew which one was which? Oh, I don't want to get these confused.
They did taste differently. I'm not lying.
Gonna make a snack after this. Sounds like a good idea.
Sandwich?
I think I'm going to go for some nice chips and salsa after this. While I watch... what was I watching?
I don't know.
You're gonna watch all the Leprechaun movies.
Oh, yeah, Leprechaun. That's it. That's the ticket. Chips and salsa and Leprechaun.
What you should do is go in reverse. Watch from his time in the hood.
The second time, return to the hood, and then to watch the hood, which is now return to the hood.
Almost do it like a Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
Watch 4, 5, and 6 first, then go back and watch Leprechaun 1, 2, and 3. So start with In Space, then the hood, and then see how it all began.
Yeah. That way I'll already know what's coming. I won't be as scared.
About metachlorians.
This guy's not going to be in back in the hood.
You know what? Just watch Rush Hour 1 and 2.
Yeah, like, screw all of this. I'm just going to watch Rush Hour.
And not even the movies, just the closing credit bloopers.
We'd love to see that, wouldn't we, Cory?
You would. What you should, if you're going to do that, watch Rush Hour 3 since you haven't seen it and see how it's pretty obvious Jackie Chan does not want to do that movie.
Oh, yeah,
And
it's
then
true.
go back and watch the other ones.
I haven't seen Rush Hour 3.
Rush Hour 3 is what you'd expect from a long delay from Rush Hour 2 to Rush Hour 3.
That doesn't mean that
It's not
it
bad.
can't be impossibly bad. Yeah, like that's the thing.
It's not a bad movie. It is a very serviceable sequel.
And like there are lots of movies that aren't top tier, but when you see them, you know what you're going into.
It's like,
And if you taper your expectations to that level, it makes a big difference on, seeing a bad movie and being like, yeah, like that makes sense.
I don't think Ghostbusters 2 should be shit on like it is.
I like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, like
There's
fine.
nothing wrong with Ghostbusters 2. It is not the first movie, but it
That's
was
the
never
thing, though.
supposed to
But
be.
that's the thing is people are going into Ghostbusters 2 comparing it to Ghostbusters 1, which you just can't do. But if you go in being like, all right, this is a sequel, they are marketing for children.
Yeah,
and
they're tying it more into the cartoon that everybody was watching.
then you're like, okay, it's, it makes sense. But if you go in being like, oh my God, Ghostbusters 1 was so good, this is going to be a continuation, it's just going to be, Ghostbusters 1 but better, like you're going to go in disappointed every single time.
It's like
I watched the show the Ninja Turtles, and it was very similar how it actually like started in the comic book, where it was like pretty violent and like more adult oriented, and it got like dumbed down.
Oh yeah, super dumb.
Yeah.
They're like, what toys can we sell out of this? Yeah. Throw them into the show or into the movie.
It had to make like Donatello more relatable.
Well, that's the funny thing was with that cartoon, the 80s Turtles cartoon, is as it progressed and the movie came out, they said, oh shit, we need to darken the series.
Yeah.
So at one point, like the theme song we all, like, no one recognized, they change it. It's a slower version. It's really bad.
Cue the piano.
No, it's not sad Hulk music. But it's more just, it's definitely, and they, like, the opening credits is clips from the original 90s movie. And then the second movie comes out and it's more camp than the first one. And then it's like, well, shit, what do we do now with the TV show?
Yeah. Oh, crap. What do we do?
And it's like, I don't think people are going to really relate and believe that you're going to mutate a warthog and a rhinoceros. So, you know what? Let's do a snapping turtle and a wolf.
Yeah.
That's more believable. In this
way, that I can get on board with.
Yeah. That you're more likely going to get on with it rather than Bebop and Rocksteady.
Man, I gotta play
Razar.
Turtle from Time again. That was a great game.
Yeah, 3M.
3
a.m.
So I haven't signed up for the Nintendo online, like the additional thing that gives you N64 games. But as soon as they add 1080 snowboarding into that lineup, I'm signing up for that instantly.
Nope.
I'm just gonna take videos and send them to Ryan all day long. Yeah, that's.
So one like Wave Race was another.
Oh yeah, Wave Race is a good one. I think that one is included in there
Is
right
it?
now.
Literally, legit.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Still in it.
Oh, I want it. Is it plugged in, ready to go?
No, not since I moved. It was. When I lived in my old place.
That's amazing.
I've done a 1080 in my old place. Haven't done it here yet. Maybe never will.
Probably won't.
Probably won't. It'll be that time in the cottage where I tried like literally all night and I couldn't do it. And the more I drank, the worse it got.
That was a long time ago.
It was.
How far we've fallen.
Yeah, so the games that are included in the online Nintendo one are Mario Kart 64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Star Fox 64, which would actually be pretty fun to revisit. Mario Tennis, Mario 64, Dr. Mario 64, no golf.
I saw that.
Yoshi's Story, some win back covert operations. I've never heard of that, and Sin and Punishment, which I've never heard of. But then I think they just recently added a new one, but I can't remember what it was.
Do they keep adding Super Nintendo games? It's been a while since I've looked.
Yeah, I don't know what the newest ones have been, but yeah, like randomly they'll add some new ones. But it's usually, I don't know.
It's a very slow clip though.
Yeah, I've found that the ones that they've added are like the original ones that they started with were the best ones. Like they had like Super Mario World.
They knocked it out.
Yeah. I would love obviously GoldenEye to be on there. 1080. NBA Hang Time would be awesome, and Cruisin' USA. And then
Cruisin' World, bring that out too.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? You're there.
And what was the other one? I think those I would hop on board to the
I
extension.
would like to see all the rare games. Like I don't know if they came out with Banjo-Kazooie yet. But Banjo-Kazooie would be good. Jeff would be good. Perfect Dark, same thing. It's like
That's the problem because Microsoft bought Rare, right?
Yeah, so it's like.
But you still should have. I don't know.
It's weird. Yeah, licensing gets really weird when it comes to like
does Nintendo own the characters, but they own the game?
Yeah, because it's
because like Donkey Kong 64 got put on the Virtual Console for the Wii U, but again, it's a Rare game.
I mean, Donkey Kong Country is a rare game,
but the characters owned by Nintendo. But yeah, I think it depends on licensing and rights. Because there was like they re-released GoldenEye. Was it on like Xbox Live or something like that?
They
remaster or something.
They didn't. They just
or a project.
People found a way to hack it onto an Xbox. Like, I don't think it fully got re-released or anything, but people got it onto their Xboxes.
So that seems to be the thing now. Like, what would you prefer? Would you prefer these old companies taking their games, remastering them, and re-releasing them, or just having making new games? Yeah, like this whole Grand Theft Auto like issue with Nintendo's having, and well, I guess not Nintendo. I guess Rockstar is because of the company that they used to port it over. I've had no problems with it.
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing it and no problem. They keep saying, oh, there's like this glitch here, glitch there. I don't notice it. But I guess I was expecting the game to play like it did back in 2002.
Exactly.
Not this, this should look and act like what was released or was it, however long GTA 5 was.
God.
14 years ago. For 6 months. So, like, I'm having fun reliving what I did as a kid.
That's the thing.
I've been playing the game.
It's the same thing with those movies. Is like you have to go in with a certain level of expectation, and if you're expecting a game from the 90s to look and act and feel like a game from the 2010s, like, sorry, you're gonna get disappointed.
I think I may have said this too. Like, I going into Ghostbusters Afterlife, I'm just said instantly I'm gonna like this movie because I like Ghostbusters is like everything, but I did not expect to like it as much as I did. So that was a happy coincidence for me. But I also wouldn't I don't understand why people have to come out and shit all over it saying, oh, it's nothing but nostalgia. Like, well, yeah, it's a sequel to a movie that was 30 years ago. What do you expect them to do?
Like, they're not calling it a new game. It's not GTA 6. It's
I explained this to somebody, like, this movie is not for it's not for kids in the sense that it's for them like, oh, this is something you should know. This is a bridge to now you can go watch the other ones because you have the Paul Rudd. I know he's over 50 now, but he's us explaining to the kids what this was and why it was such a big thing back in 84 and in 89.
Yeah.
It's you have that character, which this is us explaining to a kid, you should watch this because this is fun, this happened, and yada, yada, yada. But it's also enjoyable for everybody because it's just a well-made movie.
Exactly. It is a well-made movie. It's so good.
And then, like you said, the soundtrack sounds just like it did back in 84 and 89. You don't typically get with these late sequels. They're kind of it looks different, it sounds a bit different, but the characters are the same. There's something off. This was done the way you should have done it. Watching Bad Boys for Life and seeing Will and Martin in in their 50s, right, with non-Diddy music and no Nelly in the background singing about his fucking shake your tail feathers. But Reggie was there.
Was he in the new one?
You ever saw the new one?
No.
Oh, watch it. He's there. Reggie's there.
Reggie's there? Oh, now I gotta watch it.
Now he is at least 30.
At least 30. I might just watch that one clip again, though. That's enough for me. That's enough Reggie for me. Oh, shit. All right. Let's call this.
This is a half an hour later than we were going to... The rabbit hole. This might be 2 final episodes. All right.
Look at double
McGum. Double your pleasure, double your fun. Adjacent.
Okay.
This is definitely going to be called final episode adjacent.
Yeah. Final episode adjacent, in the hood.
Back to the hood.
Back to the
Right.
The hood adjacent. All right. Later, everybody.
It's been fun. Keep it casual.
There you go.